Go ahead and pay that man.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. Ooh. You can hire us as background singers, ladies and gentlemen. We're available for birthday parties and bar mitzvahs. Weddings?
Quinceañeras?
Oh, totally. Would we do a wedding?
Depends on how free the champagne is.
How much are the cocktails, eh?
Oh,
yes. That sounds so good.
no, and I said I need a screwdriver. I did not mean go to your truck and get a screwdriver.
Why
I said,
not?
Go to the bartender.
Why not? You got a problem with a tool? You are a tool.
I work with one all the time.
I thought you was a tool.
But let me tell you, if it was about tools, you'd be the first one I grab out of the top box, okay?
To throw away?
No, you're like a multi-tool.
Jerk. I'm trying to pull this up for you so you can go through the live stream.
Oh. Well, it would just mean I'd have to be looking at it, and it'd be like, a few seconds behind.
Live now. I'm clicking on it.
Number 9.
Johnny, number 5.
Number 9.
9. 5.
Number 9. Whoa.
I'm turning the volume down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but we can't get the chat? Where's your chat room on this?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Because I'm not signed in.
Well, maybe if you signed in, Mr. Multi-Tool.
Well, yeah, because, that was the whole point. The whole point was
that's one tool he does not have. That's the sign-in tool.
Hold on one second.
If you were a multi-tool, you'd be missing the knife.
No.
You're not that sharp.
What are you talking? I'm not Swiss. How many Polacks does it take to make fun of a fat guy?
I never make fun of fat people. Have you seen me?
Yeah, I have.
You could have been nicer with that.
Why is it showing?
What?
I don't know.
What?
I think it says we're live. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me check. There is a poll.
Why is it showing? Yeah, it does. Okay, it is the live one. That's weird. I don't know what's going on here. It's I can't get the chat.
This is the digital me. I'm not live.
Oh, you know what?
I'm Memorex.
I bet I think I know why. I think I know why. I'm gonna have to download the app.
Oh,
the app. Man. How does a Kindle Fire, Kindle, like Amazon? What is up with this? You send out crap without the YouTube app? Seriously?
Seriously?
Who's not going on to YouTube?
I don't know. I got the app on mine. I think it's preloaded.
I thought it was.
It was on mine, but you got the newer one, so it comes like unloaded.
It comes like unloaded.
Unloaded. Load it yourself.
Is this the real YouTube app?
It's the fake. Is there like maybe it's the WeTube?
I don't know.
Or the TheyTube. ThemTube.
Well, I'm gonna try it.
I think they should come up with iTube.
We got YouTube, iTube, that tube. It's totally tubular, dude.
Don't even say boob tube. Oh, never mind. I said it. I said boob tube.
Porn.
But what? That's not porno. That's what I always called my TV when I was a kid. Hey, what's on the boob tube? Oh, back then it was probably boobs.
Probably
boobs. But it wasn't me.
You know what's bad?
I was too young.
So, okay.
Are you still uploading the app?
It still doesn't show the chat. Like on mine, it's right there.
Would that be called the chat app? Chat app.
Chat app.
Chat app.
Chat app.
Chat app. Chat app.
Where's like the actual YouTube app?
You have to go to YouTube.
I think it's not like there's no real like the actual official YouTube app. I don't know if it's on Kindle. I don't know. I'm not dealing with this right now. Sorry, Pat. You're not gonna be able to see the chat room. You're just gonna have to.
That's
deal
all
with
right. I failed miserably because I didn't watch the movie I was assigned to watch, and I let you down. So I don't need the new toy.
You did. You could do it on your phone.
What? Watch it?
Yeah, like that's what I do. Is I have the YouTube live thing on there so I can see the chat room.
My battery's gonna die.
Your battery?
Yeah, my battery.
Yeah, you are old.
My mama says that the batteries are always kind of low.
Yeah.
In my house, I don't know.
I mean, you are kind of old.
There is no refresh button on my battery. Because Mama says life is like a battery. You're running either half full or half empty. I love you, Jenny. Jenny.
Janae.
Janae. No.
It was Janae.
Janae.
Hi, Jenny.
I love you, Jenny.
Run, Forrest, run. A Bubba Gump Shrimp.
I still cry when I watch that movie.
I haven't watched it in years.
Oh, you should watch it. Watching Forrest. I
have been finding out Amber likes to rub it into my face that we have different styles of movies that we like to watch.
Oh no.
I was watching The Golden Child.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Eddie Murphy, right?
That. Oh, I love that.
That is a good movie. And she's like, "What the crap is this?" She wasn't here.
Well,
you know,
I'll tell you
watching
what,
The Golden Child.
That.
She's like, "What the crap is that?" And I'm like, "It's a 1980s Eddie Murphy movie."
Yeah,
That's
it was
great.
cool. I just never could eat oatmeal after that.
Without looking for blood?
Yeah. What is it when I put my spoon in red goo comes out? Oh, that's strawberry. You'll like it.
Yeah, it's strawberry flavoring.
Strawberry.
Just pull out that little mint leaf and eat it instead.
Yeah, I think that was cocaine or coca leaf. Actually, let me reiterate. That was like a coca leaf.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That little dude was high all the time. That's why I always smiled. He was smiling. He was in a kid.
I'm pretty sure it was poison oak, eh?
Oh, there's a certain kind of itch. Oh,
It's on the inside.
yeah, right next to my heart.
Which arm is supposed to hurt?
The one that itches the most.
Oh, man.
I'll drink to that.
We're being called nerds.
I'll buy that for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe. Dollar doesn't get you much else anymore.
Well, have you been to the dollar store lately? I bought a 3-pack.
Yes, actually, I have.
I love the dollar store here.
Yeah.
Because I bought a 3-pack of ultrafine markers.
Oh.
Yeah, ultrafine.
They're the Sharpays?
No, they were something from like China.
Right. Not
I think the
Sharpie. They're the Sharpay.
No, they were the Jot. J-O-T. Jot.
Jolt.
Jot. It could be. I didn't see an umlaut or a line or anything like that over the. Oh, so I don't know.
Who knows?
Jot.
They probably didn't have the button on their keyboard for it. They had to draw it on.
Yeah, like my mustache.
Let me use my Jot pen and draw this on there.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, it didn't go on the screen.
For $1.
Let me take my Jot pen and put it there.
For a dollar store pen, I got 3 pens for $1. And
I have my coffee right here too. Thank you very much. I did not run out of coffee. It's here, so you can even see it in the camera right there. Pat's got coffee.
I got mine.
I got coffee.
Did you get yours?
I just like to have water as well. It's a nice little supplement.
Yeah, you got a nice glass with ice in it. I got the plastic bottle.
I'm trying to keep my figure for my girl. Like, she likes it when I look like hot and manly.
If that's what hot and manly looks like, I want cold and squishy.
She likes the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like, she's just waiting for someone to shoot me with laser beams and me to go, ow!
It's a good thing I left my laser pointer at home or I'd shoot you right now.
You know how long you'd have to hold that on me?
I could burn out. That didn't even sound right. I could burn out your retina. You hold still. I'm going to hurt your eyeball.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, well, hey, let's start the actual show.
Wait. Hold on just a second. I'm almost done. I got my coffee.
This is my Joe Pesci. Okay.
Your Joe Pesci's on crack. It's like
so's Joe Pesci.
I'm trying to finish my coffee. Shut up, will you?
It's easier to do if you stop talking.
That's true.
So I can talk.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's my best Pat impersonation. What did you drop? Oh, your headphones?
I think there's who put the bug in my coffee cup? There's a wing.
Protein. Hey, you know, if you shake it around, it's a protein shake. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had an epiphany. And there it went.
Hi, my name's Amy. I'm an Epiphany. Amy. Epiphany.
No, you're reaching.
Doesn't work.
No.
No.
That would be more like a Epiphany.
A Tiffany.
A Tiffany.
A Tiffany.
I'm spitting on the microphone now.
Hey, you're going to buy a new cover for that thing, mister.
That's all right. I'll lick it off.
Blah. So, all right. So you will notice on the lineup sheet, not only did I have you announcing 1 and 3, I have your stories as 1 and 3. So you don't complain about having to announce different stories than you're reading.
Drew. Drew.
Yeah, baby.
You complete me.
I know. You had me at hello.
You had me at... I'm not even going to say
You had me at Earthling.
Yeah. I was going to say part of the first title. I was going to say the first word of the first title, but I don't think I will because that will freak people out.
You had me at Rectum.
Damn there. Go.
All right. Hey, you're the one who named that one. That's your fault. I'm not going to calm down either, by the way, Amber. No, I'm not calming down. Get me started on that. Like, oh, what happened? You run out of coffee? Amber says to back off, Pat. He's mine. It burns.
That almost came out my nose. Thank you.
Talk about timing. Even with the delay, win for Amber. All right. One on the board.
That's one for you.
All right, then. We're good. All right. Ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Get her done.
Yes, we are.
Get her done.
Oh, who lives on a pineapple?
Under the sea.
Floating on the sea. Yes, we don't want to suffer from trademark thingies. All right. So 1 and 3 for you. All right, you ready?
Wait.
Oh, dude, really?
that was honestly...
You know I gotta work in this place after this is done?
Hey, that smelled like raspberries.
Yeah, my paint is peeling.
Is that what that is?
Look, I see a dragon.
I see colors. And I'm looking at my magic mirror. I see Billy and Bobby and Susie and Cindy. Okay, let's do this.
I see my mom and dad. Dumbledore, what happened? All right.
Okay, now.
The magic mirror. All right. Mirror on the wall. All right. Let's get going on this. Let's do this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh, I hit the wrong buttons in the wrong order. Hold on.
We're not.
On this episode of Classless Chat,
Rectum damn near killed him.
Grill the Seagal.
Grandma got caught with the stuff.
Cork the Ghost.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you are about to hear is the future of entertainment. May I present to you Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat.
Are you cowbelling it? Some reason we're lagging badly on there, but should catch up.
That's what I had for dinner.
Probably.
Spicy spaghetti.
I can't find it. There it is. That is not what I wanted to hit. Ah!
Ow, that was my ear.
If your Chevy's feeling heavy and your Ford's kind of slow, your Pinto needs a window and your Dodge needs a tow. If your oil needs a check-in and you have a couple of seconds, give us a call. Billy Bob's Auto Rectum.
This week at Billy Bob's, we have a bumper crop of 1972 AMC Javelin bumpers, all for the low price of $29.95.
That's right.
We have the world's largest collection of lug nuts. We call it the Bucket O' Lug.
I love the
Find
lug.
yours today. Hubcaps, buy a set of 2 and get a free car deodorizer shaped like a Christmas tree. Get in any color you like. Smell great. As always, we have suckers for the little junkyard junkies. Come on down. Don't forget to visit Billy Bob's Pet and Zoo out back. It's all right, they don't bite. Y'all come see us. We're at the corner of Chicken Dinner Road and Beeline. Give us a call. 208-555-5555. As for Billy Bob, y'all come back now, here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we are lagging up pretty bad. We are lagging bad.
Lagging.
And not only No, it's not that. I'm getting people messaging me.
Saying what?
People are Facebook messaging me. Amber and I changed, like, we added the relationship status on Facebook, and so the profile pictures are now, and people are messaging me. And
let me sing a song. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Thanks. We're lagging really bad, so I'm gonna stop the stream really, really fast and come right back on. So
I could never stop midstream.
I know. I'm sorry, people. Let's see if that relieves some of this. So we will be, because it's
Is
like
that a joke? I like that play on words, relieve, and never mind.
meh. Because I'm not sure what's going on. We don't have anything extra. Actually, you know what? Here, let me kill one program and see if that
Not mine.
resolves some of it. No, that didn't do it. I'm gonna restart that program.
Does that say BFD too?
It sure does. Big, fantastic drums. Volume 2.
Oh.
All right, so we're still lagging, so I'm going to stop the stream and start it right back up again. So we will be...
whatever it is, it's affecting my eyeball.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Hey.
But it was like lagging up like crazy. Hey, we're back.
Hey.
And look, we're not lagging like crazy here.
Well,
Hold on. Let's see. I didn't close the program. Let's see if it just pops right back up. And hopefully it all syncs appropriately on YouTube. Yeah, it looks like we're going okay. That looks good.
I feel much better now.
I do too. You look much better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you do too.
Oh, thank you so very much. That's kind of you. Yeah.
Did you get a haircut?
No, I need one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
I've got hair growing up into my forehead right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do a really cool beard comb over.
Oh, yeah?
Just from the front all the way back, and then I'll part it, and I'll talk through this little opening right here, and I'll look like...
So I hadn't, like, trimmed the beard hair for a while. I did today, but I hadn't, and Amber was commenting, and her daughters were playing with it too much, and I was like, okay, this is getting too much, and she's like, well, it is getting longer. I'm like, is it too long? She's like, no, it's not too long. I'm like, well, I'm just prepping for No Shave November.
Yeah, that's what I did. I started back in the beginning.
Like August?
July.
September, okay. And she's like, what's this? I have never heard of this. And I'm like, seriously? Apparently she had never heard of No Shave November.
If my wife's listening right now, she needs to get off that No Shave November thing, because those legs.
That's what baby. Amber was like, I'm going to participate too. Yeah. I'm not shaving my legs or my pits. And I'm like,
oh man, we're not in France.
I'm like, I'm okay. The legs I could tolerate. The pits, not so much.
You know what?
That's gross.
Well, maybe if she gets it long enough, she can braid it and put little beads on it.
Oh my god!
Show me your jewelry.
Oh.
No, too soon.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
A little bit. Ew.
That'll leave an aftertaste.
Oh, you went there too?
Well, it was an armpit joke. I don't know. I didn't know where to go with it. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure that not only am I in trouble now, I think you are too. Because she's already yelling at me on this.
Amber?
Oh, yeah. You
haven't seen anything from my wife, have you?
Not yet.
Oh, good. That means
Come on, Sherry. Get on here. Get on there.
She's probably in bed. Let's see.
What's his name?
My wife loves me.
She knows you're gone for a couple hours.
I'm gonna make her listen to this now so she can kick your ass. Because I ain't. No. Yeah, just no.
You know what she's gonna say?
That's so
she's
wrong.
Gonna say, Pat, you're right. I'm gonna go kick his ass, and she's gonna text me and be like, "Thanks for the idea. I hadn't thought of it."
Kicking your ass now. Kick.
I kick you a long time.
Great. Googa mooga.
There's been this nasty little, like, it's kind of a cold, but it's kind of not a cold. I don't know. It's like a...
Kind of not a snotta?
It's
phlemulosis?
It is. It's congestion. It's like head congestion.
It's called lungulitis.
Yeah. Oh, man. I hate it. I hate it when I have lungs.
Look.
It's like a combination of allergies and a cold, to where I don't feel bad I'm just congested.
Cholanges?
I can make fun noises with a Kleenex. Hi.
That's not funny. I'm sniffing some ill wind here.
Oh, sorry. That was a little earlier. Amber says, "Oh my God, you are in so much trouble. Leave his wife alone. This is probably her only quiet time." You've met Pat. It's true.
Amber,
He used to like you.
I have special gift for you later. Oh yeah.
Yes. We have jar here special just for you. It has special air.
We're gonna go kung fu in your Coke.
Ew. I will say that. Okay. So I am kind of a jerk when I go out to dinner with people.
Kinda. God, I've been out to dinner with you. You're a real jerk.
I like to put things in people's drinks when they're not looking.
Oh, you're one of them.
So, like, the kids were doing it to themselves, and so I dumped some hot sauce in Gabby's thing, and she never noticed it. And so we go.
You.
Oh yeah. So we go.
B-word.
We go. Really?
Starts with bass, ends with poop.
Large mouth poop.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, ew.
Bass.
Yeah.
Poop.
Yeah. So we went out to dinner like after church this Sunday, right? I guess lunch at that point. We went out to lunch at a pizza buffet area. I had to get the gluten-free, obviously, but we did it. Obviously. Enchanté. So we go over there. Amber leaves the table for a minute.
What did you do?
Well, I have lemonade because I like lemonade, and Amber had Dr. Pepper, and I was nice. I was nice.
You didn't give the doctor AIDS, did you?
No,
Dr. AIDS.
That's really gross.
That's like lemonade.
I kind of did, but only in her straw. I took my straw and I pinched it off to where I just had a little bit, and I dumped it just in her straw. So she had like that much. I mean, seriously, it was like maybe an inch of lemonade in her straw, and just shook it to where it got down to where it was at the level of the glass, so she couldn't see it. And she gets back and she grabs it and takes a sip, and I'm, what did you do?
Drew.
Yeah, that's me.
All bets are off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she'll probably beat me. I'm sure.
Well,
It's gonna happen.
I'm sure it will.
I think it will.
Much sooner than later.
More than likely. Yeah.
But I hear that the best love is tenderized.
You hear?
Here, tenderized love.
Just period.
Why do you have to bring in bodily functions with this? I'm just saying.
Are you though?
Maybe.
Hello, maybe. The Big Bappa.
Yeah. May he rest in peace.
I know, right? Speaking of rest in peace.
Oh man, this has been a sad week.
This week was petty.
Yeah. Well.
Too soon?
Yeah, too soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have lost a great rock and roll legend, genius.
Yes.
Tom Petty. I was just telling Drew, I've been watching the Tom Petty program that's on Netflix, and it's I love the show and love to learn about bands and whatnot, and it's like I'm getting totally into that and just watching it, and then the next day here he's passed away. It's like, oh dude,
It's sad.
He had another 20 years in him.
I don't know about that. He had another 10, 15 years.
Well,
but...
at least. I like to add on a little just to get,
I mean, all I saw was cardiac arrest. Like, he had cardiac arrest and then he passed the next day. So he had a heart attack?
I guess.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, I'm no doctor. I just play one on TV or YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
You got me beat.
Yeah. But no.
I hear they leave the light on for you.
Yeah. And a chocolate on the pillow. At least I hope that's a chocolate on the pillow.
I was going to say, I've never had a chocolate on the pillow when I've gone there.
Well, you haven't stayed in my room then. I always leave chocolate on the pillow. Never mind. No, back to being serious again. Tom Petty is going to be missed.
Yes.
I was kind of I was very sad. And, a lot of people have passed recently.
Yeah.
And I think,
it sucks.
It sucks. They say death come, like the big world, the heavy hitters, the famous people, they always go in threes.
Then why have we had like 30?
Well, maybe
I guess that's times 10. So.
33. Maybe we got 3 more.
Ew.
Ooh, I'm next. I'm not famous enough.
No, sorry. I'm not even famous enough. My brother's not famous enough.
You're infamous.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, just a brief moment of silence for the loss of Tom Petty. Okay.
All right.
Back to the show.
Well, that was... for those of you who listened to the audio only, there was no editing at that point. That's really how long we paused. All right.
No disrespect. I really do love Tom Petty. And I will miss him, and I've already grieved. But
yeah, it's been really sad. Josh, this last week I like to do the Kung Fu updates. Kung Fu update. Josh got his
funny. Your lips didn't move as fast as the words came out of your mouth.
Kung Fu updates. I don't know.
We call him Mr. Anime.
I'm not. I like the Chinese food. All right. So Josh got his purple belt, which is pretty good. That means that both of my... I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, that was water regurgitated. I'm like one of them water bottle dispensers.
Raspberry. Did you have raspberries? Raspberries? Raspy. Yeah, so both of my kids now are past the halfway marker on getting their black belts.
I just saw your daughter kick Josh's butt just a few minutes ago.
I wouldn't be surprised. You need to talk louder or get up into your microphone. If you can't hear yourself,
I'll be getting up in it. No, I didn't want anybody to really hear me. That's why it was a muted moment.
Okay.
I don't want to get up on the microphone because it makes like I'm like mouthing it.
That's gross.
Oh, is that a hair?
Yeah, Pickles likes to rubber butt on it.
Oh man!
The cat for the win.
I'm carry on, my wayward son.
Yeah, so both of my kids are over the halfway marker for their black belts, which is pretty darn cool if I do say so myself. And I would
say that too.
I would. Me too. Me tortuga.
Me too.
I am tempted, and I haven't brought this up with Pat yet. I let you listen to the file. You can't hear it, and I think it's because you can't hear. But maybe people who are listening with headphones will be able to hear this.
Are you saying that I'm old and hard of hearing?
Yes.
What? Did you say something? Can you speak up?
Hello. Listening on. All right, so I'm finding this file here. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. I think we need to have a new segment on the show where we... It's not a stupid cat. She's smart. She's just vengeful.
Her name's Pickles. She hates everybody.
But she hates everyone equally.
She loves me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so I think I'm thinking we might need to do...
She left her butt hair on my mic. Come on. I mean, she must love me.
There you go. You take your wins when you can.
That's right. Yay, one for the team.
Thanks. The team thanks you. But no, I'm thinking we maybe want to do a new segment on the show.
Ghost Whisper.
Like the Ghost, yes, the Ghost Chronicles or the Ghost Time or something like that.
Or, damn, did you hear that? That's what we call it. Damn, did you hear that?
Yeah, that's good. I like that, actually.
Damn, did you
That's
hear
a good
that?
audio file. We'll have to grab that.
Okay.
Maybe I'll edit it out of this one. It'll be fun.
Damn, did you hear that?
Did you hear that? But here's an audio file. Okay, so one of the main things I do in this studio is I do audiobooks. Okay, so I do a lot of not a lot, but I do Foley work for films, which is like your extra sound effects and things like that to make it feel realistic. I do mixing for films. I do audiobook recording, mixing and mastering. I do music. I do voiceover. I do all sorts of stuff.
I should call you Master.
Master. Obviously, podcasts too. I don't know if you knew that about this place. Like, we do podcasts. I don't know. Anyway.
We're pod people from the podcast.
Dimension. Pen, cake. Anyway, so I recorded this audiobook A few weeks ago, and I'm finally getting to the editing because I had some film stuff come in that was they were trying to submit into Sundance, and so we had to meet their deadlines for Sundance, and so we got that done in time. So I'm now editing this guy's audiobook. And in the midst of editing this audiobook, now this is not the first time I've recorded something that was kind of out of place in an audio format in this studio. So it was just kind of fun, but you'll have to, if you're going to listen to this, if you're going to listen to this, listen to it with good headphones on, okay? You are going to have to listen to this. I tried texting it to some people, and I think it compressed it enough to where you couldn't hear it in there. Because even I heard from people, even with headphones, that they couldn't hear it. But then I had one of the same people come into the studio and put headphones on, and eyes got big, jaw dropped. Holy crap! Totally heard it. Whoa! So I'm going to play it here for you. I'll play it a few times so you can kind of hear it. But this was recorded in this very studio. Ready? Okay.
Suspended from its ends.
Now it's really quiet. It's in the background. It's as he's saying suspended. It's his suspend, and then it starts, and it's in the background. It's pretty quiet because I have a vocal booth. This right here behind me is actually a vocal booth, and so there's a door that closes on it, and the microphone was pointing the opposite direction, and it sounds like it was coming from here. So here, I'll play this one more time for you here. I might play it 2 more times, see if you guys can hear it.
Suspended from its ends.
Now it sounds like, but I've actually blown it up and listened to it several times, and I actually think I know what it's saying.
Suspended from its ends.
Okay, here it is. You hear that? Here, one more time.
Suspended from its ends.
And I swear I just heard it again as what it is. I swear it's saying, see you. See you. One more.
Suspended from its ends.
See you. And the reason I'm saying that I can tell that that's off axis is because I know what microphone it was, and I know through the channels that it was all done in, and I know what it sounds like, and it gets that really weird digitally sound when it's far off and it's slightly off axis, so you get that digitally sound.
Can you isolate the wave?
I can't. I've tried because it is inside of when he's speaking. I can actually go in RX and I can see it in there. But when I bring it up, it brings that portion of his voice because his voice, it's going over his vocal frequencies. It's going while he talks. And so it just brings his voice up too. But it's, see you, see you. It's just in there, see you. And I'll play it one more time. Ready?
Suspended from its ends.
I heard it.
So you heard it that time.
I did.
One more time. One more time.
Suspended from its ends.
I heard it.
Wasn't that creepy?
I finally heard it.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
sitting there because now I was listening because you pinpointed the spot.
Right.
And then I heard it. I heard this.
See you.
Yeah, something like that.
See you. See you. It's so weird.
I think it said seafood.
Seafood.
Because I started craving,
Maybe it was. Oh, you know what? It could have been. Hold on. Let me listen. Let's see. Let's hear this one more time. Because it might be saying Sifu. Because this guy is a black belt in multiple forms of martial arts. Let's hold on. Let's see. And including one of them is as Bando, which is a kung fu.
Suspended from its ends.
I heard it.
Suspended from its ends.
You know what? It could be Sifu. Now that I'm listening to it, it might not be CU. It might be Sifu. And
I
seafood,
think it has to be seafood because I'm craving
not seafood.
No, I'm craving fish and chips.
not
right
seafood. Sifu. Sifu is Chinese for master. It's teacher, master. So like in karate, they would say sensei, right? You hear things like master or sensei.
Yeah.
And in kung fu, they use the Chinese, which is sifu. And as I'm listening to this, which makes sense considering this guy is a black belt, that it might actually be something that followed him in here and it's calling him Sifu. I'm going to listen to this one more time.
Suspended from its ends.
It might be Sifu. It sounds like either Sifu or CU. Either way, that's crazy. And that was actually recorded here in this studio.
All right. Drew's Haunted Studios.
And it's not the first time that I've recorded something in this studio, actually. That's the creepier part.
Well, I've been told I have a creepy voice, and I'm kind of ghostly at times.
I mean, you are pale. Oh, come on. My thing is not. Mac. Come on, Mac. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we'll move on. But I thought that was interesting. I think it might be fun if we do an actual segment on here and people send us stuff. It might be kind of some. See, Amber's saying she still thinks it's CU because she got to hear it and she said that she thinks it's CU.
Well, I know we could call it WTF. No, that would be good. No. What was that?
With the ghost?
What?
Or
say
Paranormal Project.
No.
Anyway, that might be kind of fun if you have something like that and you want to send in.
Shanae says what?
If you have some pictures, because Pat and I are both pretty good at spotting photoshopping and things like that. So
yeah,
if you have a picture that you legitimately took, which mind you, okay, here's another fun spot on this. Let's stay on this for a minute.
Okay,
let's stay on this for a minute, Pat.
I'm here.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay, there is a picture on. I'm gonna pull it up on this actually. There is a picture that is out in my living room.
Yeah.
Okay. Printed on canvas. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll pull it up on the computer screen, and that way we can actually show it on here. I'll do that. Let me do this. Let me go in here to pictures. Jim took this. So let me... Shush. Jerk face. There it is. Is that the one?
I'm not a jerk face. My face is very still.
I'm not sure which one they did, but I think it was that one because I'm definitely seeing it there. It's two of them, and it's funny as it's in both of them. I see it definitely there.
Ghost.
Okay, I'm gonna open this one up.
Did you see that? Ghost.
Yeah, I saw the Kleenex you're flicking around, you jerk. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
It's a
Actually,
ghost.
it's a boogeyman because it's got a boogie on it.
Ew. Okay,
Now
I'm gonna blow that up a little bit. Jerk.
It's a nice picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. Here, I'm gonna pull it up here so we get the with screen. Here we go. All right, so here's this lovely picture. Pat, do you see anything extraordinary at all in this picture?
Well, when I look at it quickly, I see a faint image or something that should have been next to Gabby.
That's right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Yeah, all the way down. And there's also another thing right here that you may or may not notice. But there is definitely a head figure here, shoulders that go down, and it goes all the way down. It goes whoop, all the way down. And it is there. It is in the image. This is the original image that I was sent. It is not the raw image. This is a slightly edited JPEG, but he edits these the same way I do. This is, you know, a little bit of exposure change, brightness, contrast, maybe a little saturation. There's nothing else in here that is done individually on like parts of this. It's the entire image. And so this is actually in the original image itself. Is this here, and then there's another spot right over here that was pointed out to me. This is actually on canvas, printed on canvas and in my living room.
Yeah.
So
is that's the image though? That's not the actual picture of the canvas.
No,
so
yeah, this is the actual image from the camera.
It's not a lighting effect from your living room.
Correct.
Like
Correct. This is the actual image that he sent me. And my mom actually said, "I like that picture. Can we order that as a canvas?" And he actually submitted this to the canvas.
I'm going to say something, and I'm not being critical, but it's because of the way it's set up. You know, you guys are kind of offset to one side, and there's more space to one side of the image,
which is normal.
Which almost feels like there's somebody else that should be in the picture. Well, that's the. I mean,
this is actually done as a normal photography technique. You actually should anymore. For one of the things that distinguishes an actual photographer from somebody who has a camera, is somebody who has a camera is going to put the person in the middle of the image.
Well, no.
Someone who is a photographer actually puts them off into the corners because you have your rule of thirds. If you go over by your rule of thirds, you're coming here and here. So, I mean, it's slightly off from the rule of thirds depending on who you're going for, but it's framed about appropriately.
Well, again, I'm not
my chin.
critiquing the actual photograph itself. I'm just saying that the way it is set up, you get a feeling of
Like there should
there
be somebody
should
else.
be somebody there.
And so you're wondering if it's lighting. Because the thing is with me, and I wondered if it was just a lighting thing too, because I've always just assumed that. However, it's just really odd that you get the full head and then it bows over through the shoulders. And then you get a weird distortion that goes all the way down
and you
and
look
curves
right
in
at
and then
the
comes down.
logs that you see two light spots that look like legs over the leg.
Right, exactly. Right here
Yeah.
and right here.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you get legs that go down and it distorts. And now originally I thought it was just the image because of the different water and then the rocks. The more and more I looked at it, you can actually see there's a little bit, like things are a little more fuzzy in the light spot than they are around it, and it's every single spot, even though it's fuzzy back here because of the f-stop setting, which is what he was going for. If you get into where it's lighter, everything is just a little bit more out of focus, like it's going through an extra filter. It's a pretty, I'm not going to say it's a compelling piece of evidence, but there you go.
There you go.
And those are my kids. So for people who don't know, I didn't steal these kids from Walmart. Aisle 4. No,
I don't believe you because I bought a frame that had that very same picture.
had that very same picture in it. That's a glare that's on the frame, by the way. No, okay. So this is my daughter Gabrielle, and this is my son Joshua. This is me, and this is the Boise River, the one that's by the green belt that's right behind Boise State. That's Boise River, right?
That must have been before the flooding.
Yeah. Oh, yes. This was before the flooding. This was 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
This was 2 years ago, and yeah, right after the river and everything was drained out, and so it's all done. But that is the Boise River, correct? Thinking of the right thing. Yeah. Okay. So that's where that's at.
If it's by the
Yeah, right behind Boise State. Boise State would be right over here.
Yeah.
So we were actually down doing the river, and then there's that park. Oh, what is the name of that park? It's like a walkthrough.
Julia Davis?
No. The full walkthrough area. There's the not the zoo. Yeah, like the zoo's back in there.
Boise. That's
It's the walking path park. You go over the bridge. You know, there's the fish viewing area.
Yeah.
What is the name of that? I can't think of it. Anyway, that's where this was at. It's back behind. This is so for people listening to this who are not familiar with the area and are not getting completely lost or are completely lost. This is right behind Boise State University. That's where this is at. So now I had another friend who pointed out, and I just noticed it, and I think it's hilarious. He showed it to his wife, and his wife said it looks like they're wearing clown glasses. Because if you look right here, look like you get a giant glass, and it comes over. You got like the frame, and there's the big lens and the big lens, and it goes out way past where the head's at. I thought it was funny.
I see it.
You see it now,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
Yeah. It totally looks like they're wearing, like it's wearing huge glasses that are way too big.
Okay, stop creeping me out. Okay.
Which is funny because the more I'm staring at it, the more I'm looking at it, looks like there's actually an eye here, and like you can actually see like a nose and then a mouth coming with I don't think that's what it is because you can actually see the shading of the dark behind it. And so I think it's just I think we're just getting the form, but still interesting, huh?
It is.
Okay. You're done. All right, I get it.
No,
get it.
I'm just saying that's
It's creepy.
it's yeah.
It's a little creepy.
Just well,
Yeah. Well,
you know, you just bring out the creepiness in those photos.
I usually am the one breaking the cameras, right? All right.
Poulter, what?
Guys.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah.
Guys. All right, are you ready for this? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
That could be me. It could be Pat. Either one.
Wow. That
Doo,
was
doo,
wow. One more time.
doo, doo.
Wow. Okay. Oh, you fell on your head, didn't you, when you were small?
It was before I was born, actually. My mom was bowling. Anyway.
What?
True story. True story.
You were dropped on your head before you were born.
Before I was even born.
Wow, that must have been. Never mind.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Was it a 16-pound bowling ball?
Dun, dun. You're up, stud muffin.
Oh, stop you.
Stop. Oh my gosh. You're making me blush.
You make me think of kittens. I don't know why. Man caught with kilo of gold hidden in Rectum in Sri Lanka. Hey, oh, I just love this story. It just brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, it would me too.
You know, an alleged gold smuggler thought it would be a good idea to shove gold bars up his woo.
You know, I'm wondering, was he like suffering from cancer? I mean, you've heard of the silver cures, right?
Well, maybe he
was trying to do something with gold instead of silver.
I just love this. Yeah. A 45-year-old Indian-bound passenger who was seen behaving suspiciously. Ow. What's that weird clanking noise coming from your bottom?
Nothing, partner. Mosey on down.
Pardon me, but there seems to be a chain coming out of your pant leg.
Pardon me, sir. Do you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
No, it's gold, actually.
Gold Poupon.
Yes, that was funny because I guess the security saw him kind of limping along and clanking on his way through the airport.
It's malleable.
And it tastes great, too.
Oh, man.
Nothing says constipation like a gold bar in your woo-hoo. Okay, so apparently the guy was he had 904 grams of gold up his poop chute. Wrapped in black plastic sheets, including 7 yellow biscuits. I don't know what a biscuit is.
What is a yellow biscuit? Right, I don't know what that is.
Rubber biscuit? I don't know. And 6 chains. 6 chains. So we've got gold bars. We've got yellow biscuits. I don't know. Is that some kind of...
It's going to be a bugger to come out.
A bugger.
It's going to hurt.
Did you say bugger?
Yeah.
You should not have used that word in this context. Buggering,
Some of us didn't think that far ahead, no.
Well, I always do. Ask my friends. You give Pat a quarter's worth of crap, he'll give you $1.50 in change.
You shouldn't have used crap in this context.
I know. Hey, well, I'm sorry. I was thinking ahead. You know, once again. Poop.
Shoot.
Anyways, he's a gold smuggler, and I would think I'd probably want to smuggle it somewhere else.
I think I would find a new occupation.
That kind of rhymes with constipation.
It does.
I did go there.
You did.
What's wrong?
I'm pointing this more towards you because it's driving me nuts that I can't hardly hear you.
You know what drives me nuts?
Someone not being able to use a microphone properly.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It does me too.
Mr. J. Ratney.
That sounds so much better.
Mr. J. Aratney. I'm not lying. It's a J. Aratney. Mr. J. Aratney said that the contraband was seized and the man fined 100,000 rupees. Rupees. That's just under or just over 1,000 pounds in England money. So that being said, I bet he has a long time to sit down and think about what he's been sitting on. And that's all I have to say about that story.
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah.
And I had to blow my nose, so there you go.
Oh, there you go.
And I still got to blow my nose. Ugh.
Here, you want to borrow mine?
I'll be right
It's
back.
only been used once.
No. That's gross.
It was a ghost. Did you see it? Did you see it?
Are you making fun of me?
No.
You're making fun
I
of me.
am not. I believe. What's the line in Ghostbusters? We're ready to believe you.
Right.
I love that line. Ghostbusters, we're ready to believe you. Come on
If
down.
someone asks if you're a god, the answer is yes.
Thank you. As we digress.
Yes, that's what Pat does.
I don't wear a dress. I digress.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, bum. All right, grill the Seagal. Not the Seagull. The Seagal. George Foreman just challenged Steven Seagal to a no-holds-barred fight. Can you believe it, Pat?
My sons George, and George are going to come out here and kick your butt. That's right. And I'll come after you.
And then my daughter George is going to come out here and kick your butt, too.
It's Georgina.
No, it's still George.
Oh, he's got a daughter named George?
They're all George.
If he was south of the border, it'd be Jorge.
Jorge.
See.
On a stick.
Be careful. You do not want to go down that road, eh?
Not on a stick. No.
So,
all right.
Anyway.
So on Monday, the 68-year-old boxing legend used Twitter to challenge the 65-year-old action movie star to a 10-round fight in Vegas. And here it is. George Foreman states, Steven Seagal, I challenge you one-on-one. I use boxing. You can use whatever. 10 rounds in Vegas. And then he followed it up with no weapons, hand-to-hand only. At least he clarified.
Either one of those two are considered a deadly weapon, so I guess he didn't probably want to get that,
Right.
specified. That these are making... oh.
So Segal, a Michigan-born actor who became a Russian citizen in 2016, which I didn't know that.
Why?
I have no idea, but he became a Russian citizen in 2016. Last week called the pre-game protest outrageous, a joke, and disgusting, which I believe is why George Foreman is now challenging him.
Why? Because George Foreman is, he's for all the kneeling and all that
Well,
stuff?
so the whole point of that is the injustice of racial inequality, which now here in Idaho we don't see a ton of. There is some. I will say Amber warned me, okay, Amber being half Hispanic, half Native American, warned me, you're going to see stuff that you never saw before. And I have got to admit, I have already encountered much more than I have ever noticed before. And this is an area where we don't see much of it. So, I mean, there's definitely still stuff going on. People are going to hate other people for any reason, no matter what. So, and the whole point of the kneeling was to get the conversation going. Do I agree with the kneeling? No. I think there was better ways to handle it. However, it was incredibly effective. And the conversation's not only started, it's going and it's going strong. And sadly, there's too much divide in this country. There's too much division racially. There's too much division financially. There's too much division everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to complain and say it's everybody else's fault. When I think if everybody would just step up, start loving each other and working for each other and for our country, a lot of this would go away.
I love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
You're not getting my Bud Light.
I couldn't drink it if I wanted to.
No, I wouldn't want you to.
Yeah, that's gross. I would drink a real beer if I was going to do anything.
And we're not a politically driven show. We try to stay away from politics as much as possible. But after a while, it just gets ridiculous.
You can't. Well, you can't always ignore it.
It's
so
redonkulous.
What do you do?
I like using that word, by the way.
Redonkulous.
That's right.
It's time for.
Yeah, we're here for the movie. Right then, 2 small popcorns and 2 medium drinks. That'll be $87.95.
Price always gets me.
Does it?
You should try.
Boing.
What was that?
Oh.
I wasn't sure. Gabby has a friend spending the night, so I wasn't sure if I was hearing kids or something. Or a ghost. Anyway,
Maybe hearing ghosts.
try going to a movie with 2 adults and 4 kids.
No.
Yeah. There's a reason we like the dollar theater.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not that much of a loss when they throw your ass out.
That's right. George Foreman here, and I'm going to throw you out. Well, I'm not going to pump you up. No. All right, so this week I watched because Pat, the little punk monkey.
Punk
Monkey. I went there.
I've been called worse.
That needs to be a new drawing.
Punk monkey?
Pat the punk monkey.
I just see a monkey with the mohawk.
With the mohawk, right.
And
Absolutely.
then wearing the studded.
Yeah. And like the Kennedys shirt.
Dead Kennedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the live Kennedys. It doesn't work.
No. Shut up. Anywho, Pat the punk monkey did not watch this week. He's like, I didn't have time. I'm like, you had a week. No, I didn't.
Oh, I had family, and I had sick babies, and I had sick people in my house, and I was just sick of it. So
Yeah, I got you. It happens.
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, eh?
A.
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 B.
Say.
Okay.
Anyway, so we watched Little Evil.
Yes, we did.
You asked for a scary movie last week, and I jumped on this saying, I saw this on there. It looked kind of intriguing. I think it's supposed to be a scary movie. Let's, if you have not watched this, you might want to skip the next 5 minutes of the show.
Or you can all watch it again with me.
Da-da-da-da-da. Hey.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to watch it.
Pat's going to have to watch it now. It is a horror comedy. Technically. Now, I would say it's actually a comedy that's a spoof on horror movies. It's
Kind of like they haven't done that a billion times.
Right. Never.
Ever. Totally.
It wasn't bad though. I mean, it was it was okay. It's a teasing thing on being a stepdad, and yeah, it was interesting. The guy's best friend, you're pretty sure is a woman, and you're pretty sure that he's pretty sure it's a woman, but claims it's a man and is a stepdad as well. Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those like it's playing.
Satan.
No, I mean the kid. So the kid is. They actually come out and say the kid is the Antichrist, and the kid's like, and the stepdad's sitting there going like, you don't have to let your dad influence you. You can be whoever you want to be. You decide. And the kid goes, yeah, my dad isn't a good influence on me, and he says he wants full custody. Wait, you know your dad? And he goes, yeah, he talks through me through the TV.
They're here.
Pen, cake. So it definitely wasn't a hack and slash. There wasn't anything like that going on. It was a comedy based about horror movies. There was nothing scary about this movie
was it
whatsoever.
Kind of related to the Omen type movie?
Okay, so it mixed a bunch.
Damien,
Yes, it was basically Damien.
Yeah, Damien.
It was like the guy being Damien's stepdad. And I mean, it was funny. There was just nothing scary about it at all. At all. There was nothing scary about this in the movie whatsoever. It was just supposed to be funny. No. I mean, he was the Antichrist, so he did some stuff, but you were laughing. It wasn't like scary.
So like made kids at the playground fall and skin their knee or something?
He had his birthday and they had paid for a clown to come, and the clown wasn't very good, and so he's juggling flaming sticks, and the kid like convinced him to drop it on himself, and so he was dropping them on himself, and he caught on fire. He told the stepdad on his first day, being the stepdad, gets called to the school because there was an incident with his son, and he gets down there and he's like, so what's going on? He's like, well, and the principal goes, well, your son spoke out in class, and we're going to suspend him for a week. And he goes, wait a minute, that seems a little harsh. Well, your son told the music teacher to go to hell. Well, okay, that's a little bit much. Okay, yeah, that's bad. And he goes, it gets worse. The music teacher proceeded to set their stuff down and jump out the window onto the fence and impaled herself, screaming, I'm going to hell. And you're like, okay.
Red rum.
And they actually played on the red rum thing and everything. They played on all of this. He had this little sock puppet goat that's like the evil goat. And there was some stuff that you're like, okay, they're playing off the horror flicks, whatever, but it is not scary
hold on
at all. It is very indie. It has a very indie feel to it too.
Wait a minute. You didn't give me any kudos on that really cool, deep Satan type voice. I got nothing from
Well, let's hear it again.
I'm here to take you to hell.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Meh. See, Amber hates it when I do like my zombie, I'm going to eat you voice.
I'm going to eat you.
That's your zombie voice?
No.
Do you have a zombie voice? Let's hear your zombie voice. Other than it wasn't too bad.
That was a zombie fart.
Yeah.
There was a constipation.
People give me gas.
That was yeah. I ate too many brains. It's like it really goes right through my colon, literally, because it's like liquefied gel, and then I'm just like,
it gives me tummy aches.
Wait, I think I heard somebody say. I heard. I like to wear chains. Wait, do that again? I heard chains. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was.
That's not too bad.
No, I think if you play that backwards, it's going to say, hi, my name's Drew Brown. Come play with me.
Long time. It also reminded me of Gremlins 2 for some reason.
Oh,
You remember Gremlins 2?
yeah.
The horrible remake of the original Gremlins.
Yeah.
It was like the comedy version. So, I mean, the first one was like a successful horror flick. And then the second one was a comedy. It was like watching Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
I liked it.
I did too, but it was not a horror movie.
But it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be funny.
I know, it was. And it succeeded. It was great. But the Gremlins were not. And then the second one was just dumb.
Well, because they had transvestite gremlins. They were dressed up in women's clothing, and they were like they were gender neutral. One decided he wanted to wear it.
I'm spreading the news.
I got nothing.
You couldn't see it. I'm like kicking my legs under my desk and everything. You can't see it. These cameras are terrible.
Was it the Rockets are going to sue you? Send all your complaints to Drew Brown at
PatSajak.com. Yeah.
Thank you, Vanna.
All right, why don't we do some more news? What do you got? You got some? You got another one here. What do you got?
Yeah, oh, this one's great, man. It brings back some really righteous memories.
Totally, dude.
Oh, I'm having a flashback. So, check this out, man. Grandma was charged with smuggling drugs to her grandson.
Whoa, no way.
In jail.
No way.
Oh, it's just a nice little apple pie. No, so yeah, this is in West Virginia. Nothing really exciting happens there, right, y'all?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, right. Well, let me tell you how it happened. Authorities say that the grandma has joined her grandson in jail after being accused of smuggling drugs to him behind bars. That's pretty righteous. That's the grandma that keeps on giving. That's all I can. I reckon I might have to kill you now. French fried taters. What you gonna do with that there lawnmower blade?
Gonna have to kill you.
Well, you sure as heck ain't gonna mow my lawn because you took the blade off my mower. All right, and then so back to grandma.
Yeah, grandma.
Yeah, so she visits her grandson.
Sling blade from grandma. I mean, that makes sense.
I reckon. I love you, grandson.
You got a pretty mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she visits her grandson in the Eastern Regional Jail near Martinsburg. That sounds like a Civil War town right there, I tell you what.
Sure does.
The complaint says a guard heard an inmate, Sean Douglas Weister, tell Gay to go ahead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay, let me read this slowly.
Yeah, do this. Just hear this again.
So the complaint.
Criminal complaint says
A guard heard inmate Sean Douglas tell Gay, which is the last name.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
To go ahead, it says Weister was directed to strip search room, but instead ran away.
Who wrote this? How did this get on abcnews.com?
This is from West Virginia. There's still...
This literally is written. The complaint says a guard heard inmate Sean Douglas Weister tell Gay to go ahead, period.
Yeah, period.
It says Weister was directed to a strip search room, but instead ran away.
Run away, Forrest.
Oh, you missed A. That's why.
Oh,
you just said Weister was
I'm
directed
reading
to
it
strip
like a redneck, and I are one.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyways.
I are weasel. I am.
Well,
baboon.
anyways.
No, I am. I are baboon. I are baboon. I am weasel. There we go.
I am weasel.
I are baboon.
That's right. Don't you forget it. Anyways, when the guards caught up, he yelled, "Run away, Granny! Run away! They caught me!" That's funny. Anyways, they found 22 sealed
Don't
drinking.
break her hip.
Don't fall down. There's a long way to the floor. Anyways, yeah.
Did you bring your life alert?
I have fallen and I can't get drugs. Oh, wait. So they found 22 sealed drinking straws. Hey, I never thought of that.
They put me down, but it's okay. I'm high.
Yeah. So 22. Let me finish the story. Well, you could
Yeah.
gravy.
Oh my gosh, it was okay. Go for it.
22 sealed drinking straws containing various drugs, including heroin, in Weister's possession. And Gay is the only person who visited him.
That's impressive.
That's Granny Gay, by the way. Granny Gay.
That's,
grandson Weister.
you could have a worse grandparent.
Right? Granny, can I have some of your meds? Why, sure. What are you taking, Granny, for that?
I'm taking
inflamed
heroin.
Heroin. Yeah, I shoot up every day between my toes. That way the track marks don't show up.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Not cool. All right, so this next story, which that was fun, by the way.
Yeah.
This next story, there's a video. Did you watch the video for this?
I tried to, but I kept getting this interruption in here that you must take this
Survey.
quiz.
You just gotta hit. You gotta hit no.
Go away. Go away.
Yeah.
Go away. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I watched it. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play and I'm gonna hold this up to the camera because for some odd reason, getting the internet to work on this, it glitches everything out and it just goes slow. So we're just gonna hit play here, and I'm gonna hold it up for the world to see.
Yep. Now everybody gets to take that survey. Oh, see nothing.
There it is.
There it is.
Now I've got the volume down, but you can see stuff happening. The camera's not shaking. That is me.
Let me out. Let me out. Somebody got locked in the locker. Let me out.
No, you can actually see one of the lockers like shake horribly.
Yeah.
Here in a minute, because I have the volume down. You actually hear stuff. They had Mike. There's the locker shaking horribly.
I'm the sound effects.
All right, that's good. My arms are.
Anyway, I saw it.
They actually had like the wet floor sign go flip. I mean, it legitimately looked like somebody went and ripped it and flipped it through the air.
You know,
a lot of times you see these things and you're like, oh, it's a string because it just pulled and fell over. No, this violently like rips and flies through the air and does stuff.
But today with the technology, it's been proven that you can make some really stupid. You can make some.
You
really
can
cool stuff.
They do it in Hollywood.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing the things they can
And the
do.
cool thing is this is one camera angle, so it's not that hard. But I'm not going to say that it's not legitimate. I'm not going to say that it is legitimate. But according to the story, a CCTV camera installed at a secondary school appears to have caught some spooky going-ons.
Really?
In the corridors late at night.
Oh my.
Deer Park CBS in Cork, in the Republic of Ireland,
Hello.
released that footage which they reckon could show a ghost.
I believe so.
The footage begins with a huge bang and some strange flashes
Flashes?
that seem to be coming from behind a closed door.
Behind a closed door.
And they did. I mean, I saw the flashes. You can see the locker rock back and forth, and you actually see another locker fly open as papers fly out from it.
Yeah.
And then you get the wet floor sign that flips through the air. And I mean, it's not just a like flip, not fall over. It like flies through the air and does some really crazy stuff. So,
I
believe it or not.
Well, we report. You decide.
I'm going to go through some of the comments here really fast because the comments are always fun on these. If I was a ghost and could travel anywhere, a school corridor would be the last place I would visit. Crystal clear camera. School must be rolling in cash to afford that system, including night vision. All they need was a predator vision.
I see through your school uniform.
Inclusive comment.
Hello.
Which leads me to suspect that bit wasn't any school CCTV that captured these images. A setup? Wired, but still gave me goosebumps. I call bullshit.
Bull, and he spells
Cheat.
it. Chit. C-H-I-T.
He did. Cheat. So yeah, I mean,
Well, I say, old Dover 1940 got 4 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down.
yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced that this is necessarily an active school either. I mean, I don't know what they do, how they do things in Cork, but I mean, I suppose it could be, but the lockers are definitely set up differently than we have here. I don't know. It looks like those are 2 bathrooms, but there's no like water fountain or anything near there.
Well,
it could be because they do things differently in a different area, but I agree with these people. The camera is crystal clear. This is a fairly high-end or a new camera set up in a very obviously not new building.
Yeah, I would almost say that somebody got really hyper-technical with their film. And
you
just
know what?
some fun stuff.
I think you're right. Now, here's the fun thing about this, and I just noticed this. If you look, I'm going to hand you this, Pat. Look at the hallway. If you look at the wall here on the hallway and you go up right there towards the crack, what do you see up there? What is that that's sitting right there? Basically on the ceiling. at the corner of the wall and the ceiling
Another camera.
that would have
Another view.
Yeah.
And
it's pointed basically right
at the locker.
Well, and to me it looked
it's kind of pointed towards the bathroom doors.
It looks like it's pointed to the bathroom doors, which should have been able to catch the wet floor sign, at least flipping through the air.
Like I said, I use Photoshop, and I've used all the editing tools for all the movie editing stuff, and it's real easy to take pieces and parts out of film and get them to do different things.
Absolutely.
Just doing overlays and stuff like that. It's just simple.
It can be. It's not necessarily simple.
Well, I mean, you could actually, somebody could just be this could be happening during school time. They set a camera up and took a couple still shots, and somebody probably yanked the door open and then had some fishing line pulling the, I ain't buying it. I'm not into ghosties. I know that as a Christian man, I do believe that there are spirits.
Sure.
And they are, they can do some major havoc in your life.
They can definitely do things to you, absolutely.
But they're not going to go to a school and fling a few doors open and throw books out. They're going to hang around you and make your life a living hell.
Yeah, something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think there's things all over the place. I think there's more that's going on than what meets the eye. Than what is meeting the eye, and that what we were told about. I am a Christian. I definitely believe in the biblical worldview, but I think the Bible is vague enough that we are told that there's other stuff going on that we don't know, but there's not a ton of detail that goes into that. And so the question is, how much is there? How many other types of things are there in that realm that we don't know about? That's really going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I want to go into that. So we would be going into music review, which would be nice because I'd hit this button.
Music review. I could sing.
Unfortunately, Drew's been extremely busy. I had to do.
Oh wait! Hold on.
Holding.
You give me all this grief because I didn't watch this stupid movie because I was busy and had things going on. But no, Drew gets a pass because he was busy and he couldn't upload one little song.
Not upload. I have to go through and search and find based off of submissions.
Oh, here we go.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. So here's the thing: is I don't want to sugarcoat this. I want people to submit their songs. We love it when you do.
This bucket's getting heavy.
ClasslessChat@gmail.com. Same with the stories, children's stories, grade schoolers. If you have a grade schooler in your home, submit your grade schooler story for us to read here with a fun voice. It's ClasslessChat@gmail.com. Seriously, we songs that qualify our credentials versus how many submissions we have, I would say 1 out of every 10 or 15 songs that are submitted actually passes the qualifications to do this. And our qualifications aren't crazy. We don't care what type of music it is. We've played stuff that doesn't have lyrics in it. We've played stuff that has weird lyrics in it. We've played stuff that
he's
was
played
country.
One of mine, and that was scary.
We've played country. We've played Christian. We've played rock. We've played something slightly reggae. We've played stuff in Spanish. Mm-hmm. We don't care. The only requirement there is you can't swear in it. It's got to be radio friendly and family friendly as far as that's concerned. So no swearing. Don't be talking about drugs and drunk paraphernalia or smacking yo ho.
Basically, our show tonight was just a test to not put any of that stuff in your song.
Sure. Yeah. Say don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You can don't do as we did, but do as you would do.
Yeah.
As a kinder, gentler you.
Yeah, a kinder, gentler you. But seriously, that negates probably 1 out of every 10 submissions. So very few submissions actually have that kind of a problem.
We like a lovely song with a lovely.
The biggest problem that we have is things aren't ready. Like they submit things and it's either not finished, or they want to say it's finished and it's not even close to radio ready. We require things to be a radio ready product. You need to have things to where your guitars are in tune. Your voice is not incredibly pitchy and going all over the place. You need to actually know the words you're talking about, you're singing, and not laughing because you made a mistake.
That's happened.
That has happened.
No.
Yeah.
We're not talking about any of my songs.
No, but I mean, we've had things come in that there were blatant errors. And I don't care, you know, like one of my favorite albums of all time is Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magic. That was done live, single take in the studio. In fact, that's where, you know, you get the Red Hot Chili Pepper song where it sounds like there's the church choir ladies singing with it. He called his mom and said, "Mom, I need church choir ladies." And she said, "I'm bringing a couple of my girlfriends from church." And there were like 4 of them that showed up and they just sang it for him. Nice. So it's actually church choir that's singing it. It's beautiful. But there are mistakes in it, but they add to the texture. It's not like a really crazy, like...
We call that indie.
Yeah, indie. No. Indie's fine. But it's got to be polished. The biggest reasons why I have to decline or tell people that it doesn't pass is they either over limit and over compress, and so you get clipping parts. It's either you're either physically clipping, or they've limited it to the point where it's clipping inside of the limiter and it just distorts like crazy, or the vocals aren't even close to polished. Now, here's the thing: I am not an auto-tune fan. In fact, I hate auto-tune. Hollywood, listen to me right now. You do another musical, do it without auto-tune. Get people who can flipping sing. Enough said. We did it for years.
Drew, tell me how you really feel.
Seriously, though, they did it for 100 years. You don't need auto-tune to sing. Get people who know how to sing.
It's called being lazy.
And right. And so quit counting on technology to fix it. Just do it right to begin with. Anyway, now that rant's over. I'm not saying you have to auto-tune your voice. Some genres require that almost.
Sure.
But if your voice is so pitchy that I'm cringing because it goes off that bad, you're not going to get through. If you think you might cringe or someone might cringe at a vocal spot on it, it's not going to pass. I hate to say this, but it is not going to pass.
Yeah, auto-tune is designed to be very subtle, if anything, and not like take you 4 octaves.
No, but the thing is, I mean, even that, like you listen to the Hollywood stuff and you can hear the auto-tune on it horribly. Yeah. Like they just started and you're like, digital auto-tune, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't care if you want to use that, go for it, do it. At least you're in tune. But yeah, I mean, you gotta have your pitch has got to be in order. You've got to be able to know what you're singing and do it properly. You don't have blatant errors, and don't limit the crap out of it to where you're clipping inside of it. It doesn't work. So I didn't have chance to go through enough more songs to find another song to do it because I had 2 film projects that I'm working on, and now I have this audiobook project that I'm trying to wrap up.
So Drew's gonna have me sing, "You make me feel like dancing. I want to dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing." And that was actually without auto-tune.
You know what I expected Pat to really sing there?
What?
It's raining man. Hallelujah. It's raining man.
Thank you.
With the mustache. I could totally... Couldn't you just see it with that mustache?
YMCA.
Oh. So, and then after that, we would have gone to this.
I do believe it's time for another delectable tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner?
Basically, I'm an 8-year-old boy, and I have to push the button because it's sitting right there.
Touch it. Don't touch it again.
I touched the button. I touched the button.
Well, you know, it's a really funny story because we've let you down 3 times now. Pat didn't watch the show because he's a blatant idiot. Drew didn't put in a song because he's a blatant idiot. And guess what? There's no story, or is there?
No, there's not.
There could be.
No, so here's the deal. We didn't have enough story submissions, and so my kids were trying to write one. And Josh, my beloved 7-year-old, was trying to be extremely funny and screwed it up so bad that we couldn't even put it on here.
No, don't scar the child. He did fine, and I'll tell you.
It's formatted well.
I will go ahead and read it for you.
Okay, here. We'll play. Let me start the music, and you can read it. That way we at least have something, but people, go ahead and submit your children's stories. I mean, we've got some good stories, but we didn't get one for this week, and that happens from time to time, and that's okay. I have a couple kids. I actually have 3 kids that roam around here quite often.
And we don't know where they live, but they just show up on the doorstep.
I think they live at Walmart behind my house. They're like the feral children. They just kind of roam. I put food out for them here and there.
You know, it's funny watching the kids fight with the raccoons over the bowl of food out in the back porch.
Yay. So we've got some kids, so we usually are able to have them write something, and so we have a story to read. But
Tonight you didn't use the bigger whip. I told you to use the bigger whip.
I should have just asked Gabby to write it. But here, why don't you read what we got from Joshua? Here we go. Here's the Josh story.
Well, boys and girls, this is part 3 of a 3-part story. Shut up! Thank you, you stupid bird. And it's called Horrorland. My next birthday. It was so horrible because my grandma got me 2 clowns.
She got ran over by a reindeer.
The clowns actually murdered me. I came from the dead, and here I am. And the story ends. Sorry, the writer is a dead guy.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. I like the way he used his vowels. E. Ooh.
Oh.
I.
Oh. It's like a rap song. You know, it's really funny. Now, here's the sad thing. I've always thought about this when because I'm not big into rap. I mean, I'm okay with it. I can listen to it.
I can do well in Christmas time. You should see me. I can really rap a box.
I can't. That is like my one failing point. I can never figure out how to rap the stupid box. And it can be a square box, and I still can't do it. Anyway.
I've learned to rap basketballs really well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. My thing is I like to just put it in a blanket and be like, I need the wrapper back.
So it goes back on the bed. Here,
right.
Here's your gift, kid. I don't even take the price tag off anymore. I don't take the
If
price.
it's small, I'm just holding my hands and like, peel it.
Guess what's in my hand? It's your gift. You know.
Don't shake it.
Hey, we're so poor that we get into the sock drawer just before Christmas and we take out the best socks we got and tie up the hole. Tie a hole in it. Yeah, no, tie the bottom of it so the gift doesn't fall out, and then we hang them up in our chandelier over our table. And because we have a chandelier, I guess we're not that poor. But I
came with the house.
It did. It was a special CBH hat on.
Oh my gosh! So I don't even remember where were we going with this? Oh, rapping. What were we saying? Oh, rap music. Rap music.
Rap.
I'm not really into rap music, but I because my kids. They are now 9 and 7, and so a few years ago we would watch a little kids TV show, right? Because that's what was there, and they would always like Sesame Street, like, oh, so we're gonna start working on our rap kids because every kid is urban, and so we're gonna work and don't have to worry about this. We just use our vowel sounds. Oh, a, and I'm like, I always wondered why did they do that. I mean, what is
Cookie was not cool.
No, it's not just that. I mean, like in that kind of music and music period, they're always like, eh. My funny thing is here, like this is my new thing that I do that I think pisses Amber off, but that's what makes it funny. And she's always like, other than Mila, who hates it when you say cilantro, like cilantro.
Cilantro.
And so I'll say things like I'm super Spanish, like, oh my gosh, Mila. Cilantro. And she just, and I mean, seriously, she'll be working with her head down and I'll say cilantro. And she does this.
You know what's amazing is we went from rap music to cilantro.
But no, so here's the new thing that I like to do.
Do it. Isn't that two in French?
Like to do.
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 Toi. Tre. Go ahead.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Dang it, Pat. You did it again.
Wait. Keyword. Cilantro.
Cilantro. Cilantro.
Because the ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles have ridges.
Made with cilantro.
The new thing that I like to do that takes Amber off. What do I do? I totally forgot what it was. Where were we going?
Wear those crazy Hawaiian shirts that you wear.
No, I do need to, though.
Yeah, you do. Coconut bra, grass skirt.
No, you're throwing me further off, dude.
Cowboy hat.
Ew.
Chickens.
No.
Pygmy goat.
What were we talking about?
Fainting goats.
This is not what we were talking about.
We were talking about rap, you.
No, we went from rap.
And then we went to cilantro.
Cilantro, because that annoyed Mila. And then there was something that I'm doing now that I like to do that annoys Amber. And she doesn't say that it annoys me, but I'm sure it does, or annoys her. And that's why I do it now.
Taking your shirt off?
No.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Maybe.
Making fart noises with your armpit?
No. I don't remember what it was. All right. If I remember it by next time, we'll talk about it next time.
This has got to be the best show ever.
Ever.
And ever.
Dang it. What was it? What is it that I do that ticks Amber off?
You do salsa dancing.
I do a lot of things.
You do salsa dancing shirtless in the kitchen with cilantro. Cilantro, dude. Like totally. I was there at the beach one time and I was waxing down my righteous surfboard and I ran out of Doc Zog sex wax. And all you surfers know exactly what I'm talking about when you run out of wax, man. It's a real downer. And then you reach back and you find your bag of Doritos and there's a bucket next to it and it's got fresh cilantro in it. Oh, yeah, man. You just smear that old board and I find out that cilantro is actually a great shark repellent, eh?
Are you a Canadian surfer?
I could be,
Eh?
I'm from like the west, the eastern side of the west coast.
Oh, man. Dave's not here.
Dave?
No, Dave's not here, man.
Hey, man, that's the most reds I've ever seen anybody take, man. Hey, man, we're going to go cruising tonight. Hey, I did something really bad once when I was younger. Can I tell you?
Once? I don't buy it.
Okay, no, this is a true story.
Okay.
Okay, now, I did it.
I don't remember what it is, Amber. I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry.
Remember. Let me tell my story. Shut up.
Right.
Okay. So
okay.
Listen, we went to a couple Goodwills and we bought some used old bowling balls. And,
were they blue?
They were black and white, actually. Kind of swirly. They were swirly. They were rubber, and they were from the 40s. I knew that. And we paid like $1.75 a piece for them. So we went on cruise night, right?
Yeah.
And I had a lot of friends that were Hispanic. I lived in Santa Maria, California.
Wait.
Santa Maria.
You had friends?
Yeah. I was multilingual and multicultural. Eh?
Other than mi tortuga tienes muy grande pantalones.
You didn't even say it right.
Muy grande pantalones.
Mi tortuga tienes muy grande pantalones.
That's what I said.
Vato. Híjole, I better not say it.
No kidding.
Chicharrones. Hey, so, no, we bought a bunch of bowling balls because, I hung out with the Cowboys too. We had the Aggies and the Mexicans. That's the way it was back there, So on cruise night, they'd be cruising.
No racist comment there at all.
I know. I'm not racist. I love everybody. I hate Doritos. Oh, anyway, so
he's a chipsist. I knew it.
Would you shut up, please? Okay, so we bought a few bowling balls. Okay, and don't do this because you get your butts in a slinger, eh? Man, because you jack up some serious vintage rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do?
I was just covering my microphone for fun.
Why? Because you had gas or something?
No, not yet.
Anyways,
I might though.
So the cholos, as we call them, the vatos down there, man, they drove their
what?
Vatos, they drove their Chevys.
The what?
With the twice pipes and the dingle balls in the window and the chain steering wheel. They got the hydraulics and the cars go up and down. We're cruising the boulevard, eh? And we're just kicking it,
I think in English we call those pimps.
No, these are the vatos, they say. Yeah, listen up, man. Don't mess with me. I'm on a roll here. So we're cruising down the boulevard. It's cruise night. And a bunch of them gringo cowboys, they had the bowling balls.
Like you?
And the hydraulics are going up and down. The front end could go up and they'd cruise with the nose of the car up. Yeah, man. We'd drop the bowling ball out of the back of the truck and the car would get high-centered on it. It was cool. We took out an oil pan or two that way, man. It was bad, cheap stuff. You don't want to do stuff. But yeah, no. We actually stranded a couple vatos on their Chevys on the middle of the boulevard because the bowling ball broke off the, oil pan of their engine. It was cool, man. You gotta check it out. Oh, I wish there was a video. But
you're a jerk.
Hey, I was 17 years old. I'm 52 now.
You're 17 then. That means you're 142 now.
Okay, in dog years.
I'm not sure that math works out.
But anyways, no, man, it was crazy because we upset a few of the boys, and we were driving.
I'm sure you did.
It's funny because those lowriders, man, they don't go very fast when they're slammed all the way to the ground because they're throwing sparks and stuff everywhere, tearing up the little reflectors in the middle of the roads. we could outrun them because we were driving a 72 Chevy pickup, you know. It was pretty wicked.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, that's all I got.
And then?
And then? No, that's a true story, though. We did that, and we got into a lot of trouble because we found out that one of the guys, we ruined the oil pan of a car that he spent like, they spend tons of money on these cars.
Yeah.
Like $25,000, $30,000, and that was back in the 80s.
Right.
And when you toss an oil pan, you know, your engine basically pukes its lifeblood out.
If you don't shut it off as it happens, basically, yeah.
But yeah, and but you know, somebody told us that would be fun, and I honestly, I just pitched in for the bowling
This
balls.
would be, you know what would be really fun? Let me tell you what would be fun, Pat. Okay. Are you ready for this? Oh yeah. Ready for what would be fun?
I think you had eggs for breakfast.
Okay. Let me tell you. You look good.
Hey, man,
Let me tell you what would be fun.
What would be fun, man?
Let's go get down to like the dollars. No, like the youth ranch, and let's go find some like old.
I want to know why they call it the youth ranch. Is that where they like, you know, they have all these kids running around in corrals?
I don't know.
They like rope them. They're like wild children out on the prairie.
Like I never thought of it like that.
They rope the children and they throw them in the corrals.
We think of the smartest stuff. We should like write this stuff down. Anyway, let's go buy like some bowling balls and let's just throw them in people's cars.
Through the windshield? No.
We like straight out of the back of the truck when they're like lowriders, and they're like, blah, and then like drop it down there and like bounce and destroy their cars. That would be so much fun. That's how I imagine that conversation going.
No, it was more like you want to know how the conversation started? It was at high school. We were on the ag wall. We're leaning back.
Amber just says, "Oh my God, Pat is so lucky. None of the Hispanics know where he lives, assuming they would be listening."
What's funny is that I knew half of these guys because I was an artist, a cartoonist, even in high school.
And everyone knows that guys, the Hispanics who are driving lowriders, their favorite people are the cartoonists.
Well, no, because I used to draw pictures of their lowriders.
Oh, okay.
I had guys come to me and go, "Hey, man, you do that pretty good. You want to draw a picture of my ride?" And I'd say, "Sure." And I'd do a pencil sketch of their car.
And did you ever write your mom above it?
No.
Oh, okay. It's probably smart.
No, I just, Cheech Marin was here. I never actually did the tossing of the ball. I just pitched in because I thought it would be funny, but I didn't realize how bad it was. Because did you know that when you're doing 35 miles an hour down a boulevard and you toss an old rubber bowling ball out of the back of a truck, they don't just hit the ground and roll. They bounce a lot.
Yeah, they bounce.
If they don't go under the car,
so you'll not understand physics.
They hit the hood or a headlight or something like that. Yeah, well, we only had 3 to try.
This is called physics.
It's also called vandalism.
Yeah, that's
true.
You
kids out there, don't do this stuff because it was stupid then and it would be really
Amber tells me that I am Sheldon, and I'm starting to believe her because I'm listening to this and going,
I don't think you're that smart. I'm sorry.
True.
No,
True, Dad. But I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, this is a good idea. Let's throw bowling balls out of the back of a car. Hey.
Well, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to do Newton's law to make it even more scientific. We'll drop the bowling ball in a tennis ball and see if they bounce the same. Well, guess what?
Damn it, Bobby. 7 o'clock in the morning. There's already something wrong with it.
But Dad.
How about some propane and propane accessories?
But Dad. Damn it, Bobby.
Barry, you can do it so much better than I can, yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to do Boomhauer. I can't do that either. Can you do Boomhauer?
No, I don't know, Bobby. I don't think I go to. I'm not
That's
sure.
That's more like Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, boy, I say.
Boy.
Come here, boy.
Where did it go? Which way did it go?
Belvedere. Come here, boy. Belvedere. I claim this planet in the name of Mars. Isn't that just lovely?
Yes. All right. Well, that was like 15 minutes of nonsensical mayhem.
Yeah, that took up the music slot.
and the story slot.
And the story slot.
I'm still kind of mad, and Amber apparently is too, that I can't think of what it is that I do now that drives her nuts, and that I do it because it drives her nuts.
You shake your group thing.
She made one comment, and it was something that I did one time, and it's not something that I continue to do because I know it drives you nuts.
Touch your nostril with your tongue?
No. Can you stick your tongue out and touch your nose?
Yes, I can.
We so smart.
It's so smart, it looks stupid. Okay. My precious. You know, we could sit here and talk for the next hour or two doing Russian accent like this. You know, what do you think?
I think you better be on your best behavior.
Well, they call me Vlad the Impaler for one reason and one reason only. It's my sharp stick. That's right.
And you know what they say about the man with a sharp stick? He's compensating with something. Or something.
Well, it depends on what the compensation is.
Yeah, you know.
No.
Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know long
Thank
time.
you. We know
You know long time.
Okay.
Long time what it is.
This is stupid show, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Very
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Very, neat.
Very neat.
Very neat. All right, well, that's good enough for today.
Das Vidanya, don't get any on ya. Okay.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Or you could say like,
I mean, I'm gonna
Hasta
salvage that.
lasagna, don't get any on ya.
There you go. That's better. I was gonna
Okay.
salvage it like, oh, you're going to a Mexican restaurant, you're having chips and salsa. Don't get any on you. I mean, that's
Hasta lasagna,
happens
don't
every
get any
time.
on ya. Isn't
it happens every
lasagna?
single time
Well,
too.
wait, lasagna is Italian,
Yeah,
and you can't. I mean, what's that?
you're going Russian though.
Hasta enchilada, don't get any on you. You know, I see it doesn't work. Hasta
La vista, baby.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be front. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, she's yelling at us, telling us to stop, and I'm not sure why. It's been long enough a show.
Big P, little P.
You people are stupid. Stop it.
Stupid.
For the love of God, just stop. All right.
You hurt my ear. I'm deaf in the other one, though.
I fart in your ear.
Just don't fart in the car.
That's what she said, though. Okay, so that was her thing. Oh, my God, he farted in the car and about killed me. Okay, the door was open. We were sitting there talking.
That's what this was all about? We were getting around to you farting in the car one time?
No, that was one time. And that was the thing. It was like, she said this, something I did one time. And I was like, no. I'm talking about something that I do repeatedly because...
Yes, because we can smell you from here.
Baby.
This is 3D.
You know what this... Yeah, smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Odor de bujo. For those of you who missed last week's show, mi amo es café de bujo.
El
Café.
Jefe. El Jefe.
Also goes by El Jefe in the kitchen.
Oh,
Maybe other rooms. I don't know.
who knows?
Who knows?
I know I go by El Guapo.
And El Quickie. Anyway, so the hurricane. Anyway.
You've been talking to my wife. Stop.
Oh, we started a support group. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, well, this has been today's show. This is fun. Thank you guys so very much. Thanks, Pat, for coming. It's always a blast to have you into the studio.
Uh-oh.
Is she texting you?
Oh, my goodness.
What happened? The people want to know.
I just got two. Really? Really? Really?
Really?
That's what she wrote.
When
Yeah,
did she? Is it just now?
no, these were the last one was at 9:46.
That was 10 minutes, 12 minutes ago.
12 minutes ago. I got it.
What did we say 12 minutes ago? I don't
Really?
remember. Really?
Really?
Really? Really? Really?
You got anything else to say, my dear?
Really?
Say it now, because we're getting ready to close up.
Or forever hold your peace. Oh, forever hold your Reese's Pieces. We'll give it a moment for time delay. Anyway, well, we want to say thank you guys so very much. Let me know if there's something else that comes through there. But thank you guys so very much for listening. You are the reason why we do this podcast. Those of you who listen to the audio-only podcast, you can find us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on iTunes. You can find us and follow us and everything on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher. Get to everything on ClasslessChat.com. Send us an email if you want to submit a song or a children's story or some paranormal experience that you have had at classlesschat@gmail.com. You can also find us and support us. Even $1 a month goes a long way, and we all know that you all have $1 in your pocket that you don't know what to do with every month.
Yeah.
Might as well throw it our way.
Go to the dollar store.
Right.
But don't go to the dollar store. Just send us the $1.
Right. You can just send us $1, and we make it nice and easy for you. You can go to patreon.com as Patreon, patreon.com/classlesschat. One word, classlesschat. And you can throw that $1 our direction, and we love you long time. Thank you guys so very much. It has been an amazing time, an amazing night, and thank you guys.
Oh, wait, one more thing. You folks, just wait, because next week you're going to hear a commercial from Bob Lipinski's Guitar Heaven Emporium. It's going to be fantastic. That's right. Guitar specials galore, kids. All right, good night.
Good night. Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat. Be sure to listen again next time. You never know what these two are going to say.